Welcome to the Nightcap, y'all.
What's happening, people?
We get on every Tuesday at 9 o'clock p.m. And the Nightcap is basically just our safe space that we created where we dive deeper into marriage, relationships, singleness, dating, like all that good stuff. So, welcome on, y'all. Hey, straight person.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, you guys. Like she said, this is a safe space for everybody. We touch on various different topics, man. We love for you guys to drop in some feedback, comments, questions that y'all may have. We do our best to answer things to the best of our abilities, and we all family over here. So, welcome in, y'all.
Yeah, so if you have questions you want to ask, you can drop them. If not, we usually go into a discussion of our choice. And you all are free to chime in on the subject if you feel the need, or if you want to just sit back and listen. We have our regulars that do that as well. And we don't mind, y'all. We do not mind at all. So we were having a topic of discussion earlier, and we said we were going to bring y'all in on it just to get some opinions on what you all think about it. So we were talking about after you get married or engaged and you're leaving the single life, right? So you're married, you're engaged, you're leaving the single life. Is there a certain way that you should begin to carry yourself after that? Meaning dress-wise,
the way you talk,
the way you move with
the way
people,
you move around, like all of that. Like, does that have to change once you move into certain areas of your relationship?
Right. And so thank you for the follow. And so, okay, so we have some yeses, like yes, it should definitely change. So let us give you some backdrop to why we're asking. So the Oscars came on Sunday. And so we didn't watch the Oscars, but of course we've seen, different people's outfits and the way that they, dress for the Oscars is like all over the internet. Like, you want to see what the latest celebrities wore, like what they had on, all that good stuff, who styled them, all of that. So an artist that I really enjoy, and that I admire, the relationship that they have in their marriage, was Ciara. So it was a little controversial, some people said, what Ciara wore to the Oscars. So for those of you who didn't see it, I told the hubby that maybe we should pull a picture up for the people who didn't get to see it. So while I'm pulling it up, I'm going to let him talk.
Yeah, it was a whole big uproar about it. Apparently, the theme for the Oscars was something about like things being sheer or whatever the case may be. So a lot of celebrities were wearing outfits that were kind of sheer, a lot of see-through stuff and things of that nature, which was the theme. But when it came to Ciara, a lot of people were in an uproar about it. Some people were saying that we shouldn't care about it. If her husband is okay in it, then it should be okay.
Like, if you like it, I love it.
Yeah, so we're going to show y'all a picture of it. I don't know if you guys may have tuned in or may have heard anything about it on social media, but definitely drop your thoughts in the comments and let us know what you think. So
okay, so I'm just going to play it from my phone. So this was what she wore.
I don't think I seen that post.
I don't think I saw this post. Wait
a minute. What are you showing them on the phone here?
I went to her page, and that was a reel that
she put that up there?
Yeah, this is a reel on her page.
Oh, wow.
That is not the post that I saw, but that's the post that we just saw together. So that was my first time seeing that as well.
Yeah,
but
that's definitely not the post that I saw. What I saw was a pic or whatever
Yeah, but Cher Brady says she looks amazing, which she did look amazing. Like Ciara has that body, y'all. I don't have nothing to say because her body is like, it's nice. It's goals. Like she has that body.
Tina Thomas.
Tina,
I just look at the pictures. It's a no for me. It's disrespectful to her husband.
That's the topic of conversation, Tina. It's like we're definitely no disrespect to Ciara because, like I said, I think she's amazing. Like I followed her since I was younger. Sheila says showbiz is different. So,
and that's true. It definitely is. With that, I still feel like with showbiz, you still want to hold yourself to a certain standard.
Right.
You don't want to conform just because that's the nature of the business. And that's what everyone is doing.
Hey, Strictly.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with her, whatever she decided to do or how she wants to do it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Just for me personally, what did he say? Russell that doesn't have anything that Russell said. It's a couple pictures though with him where his facial expression isn't really, as happy-go-lucky as it would be.
His face isn't giving approval, but it's not giving disapproval.
Right. Right. And I'm all for a woman embracing her body, embracing her curves, being sexy. Like I tell my wife all the time, like, I love when you wear certain things. Me personally, though, this is just my personal opinion. I feel like as her husband and knowing the type of woman that she is and what our family stands for, it's a way to show your body and embrace that or even fit in the whole sheer theme without going all out with it like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like she pretty much just put everything out there for the world to see that's supposed to be sacred and special to her husband. It was all out there, for everybody to kind of take part in and see. So that's where the lines get, crossed for me. I feel like, if you're going to respect your husband and your marriage, you got to carry yourself a certain way. Now, I'm not saying you got to come out here dressed like a nun and all that kind of stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. But it's a way to still be sexy and keep it tasteful and classy at the same time. You don't want to look like every other artist out here in the world, what I'm saying? Especially if you know what your husband stands for, you know what our family stands for. It's ways to be sexy and make a statement without falling into the whole showbiz routine,
Mm-hmm. Says my husband said that she is back making music. She is back making music. And there was like an uproar even about the song that she made because they said that it was more so pushing women to be independent. And it's, people were saying, well, why are you pushing women to be so independent when you got a man you go home to? And a lot of people were saying, well, that's not what the song is about. The song is about women embracing their independency, which is totally different. So, I was telling my husband on the way here, people are always going to have something to say. No matter what you do, no matter what you try to do, even if it's positive, I feel like people are always going to have their own opinions and they're always going to have something to say. So, if you're just tuning in, lady, we're talking about Ciara. Basically, we started off with the Oscars and what Ciara wore to the Oscars. And we're just trying to get people's opinion on, like, if you are in a marriage or engaged, should you carry yourself differently after that point? So do we feel like, and by no means, like, everyone on here is our opinion. That's just what it is. Because if it's okay in their household, that's how they're going to live in their household. But the question was, do we feel like what she wore to the Oscars was appropriate for a married woman? And so if you're just coming in, I'll show it one more time, which we just saw this together because I definitely didn't see this reel until now. Yeah. But I feel like she kind of put it all out there to shut us down, which Ciara has an amazing body. We're not talking about, her, body or that she looks, bad. We're just saying as a married person, do you agree in carrying yourself or wearing what she wore out here? So here it is once again. This was the outfit. This was her Oscars outfit. Very shiny, very glittery, diamondy. I like the diamonds. But I think for me, like if I walk outside the house in something like this, he not having it.
I mean, it's like she pretty much has nothing on.
It's pretty much like, I don't know what's covering her, because she's covered here with nude something, but it still leaves a lot open. Like there's nothing left to the imagination at this point. We're pretty much seeing her naked.
And you literally just took the words out of my mouth with your comment. You know what
I'm saying?
She has married, but she got kids, you know what I'm saying? And she's married. Their family stands for something. Everybody know Russell is a true man of God, you know what I'm saying? And like when they first got married, you can see in the pictures of them, like they're on their knees at the church on the altar together. You know what I'm saying? They both got their hands up. Even when they first got married, she toned down a lot of what she used to wear. And it's like all of a sudden now she's back to, you know what I'm saying, like showing off her body again. She's doing more videos and TikToks with her, you know, dancing and stuff again, which is nothing wrong with that because she's always been a dancer.
Right.
And even in a couple of those videos, you know, Russell was recording her. You know what I'm saying? And he even came out and said that he likes when she dances and all that, which is fine. But it comes to a certain point with these outfits and different things. Like, I feel like, okay, you got to be careful in those areas. And a lot of people were saying, okay, well, you don't say nothing to Beyonce. You don't say nothing to Rihanna. You don't say nothing to these other artists when they do it. But when Ciara does it, it's a problem. And here's my take on that. I feel like, again, with the position of their family, and the image that they have, you know what I'm saying, their standard, I think that just goes for anybody. When your calling is different, when your walk of life is different, you're going to be called out. You're going to be scrutinized by the different things you do because your purpose is higher. They're not going to care about what Beyonce does because, one, people already think Jay-Z and all of them, they part of the Illuminati. They feel the same thing about a lot of these other artists. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to trip when they see Rihanna doing it or when they see Beyonce doing it or any other artist. But when it comes to somebody who's looked at in a certain regard and feel like they should be held to a certain standard and then they doing like everybody else, then it's going to get met with these, you know, opinions. And that's just me. That's just how I feel. I feel like if you walking different, talking different, being different, you're showing different, when you do stuff like this, you're going to get called out for it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I feel like because of the image that they put out as a married couple, because, and this is not to say that, you know, Christians can't wear certain things, because I feel like I agree with, I think it was Sheila that said it. Someone said it, like she would have looked really good in a nice, classy, like dress. She could, like, that doesn't mean you can't show anything. You can show a little bit here, you know, whatever the case is. But like, I feel like we saw all of her. Like, I feel like
nothing left to the imagination.
I feel like we are very connected in a way that I didn't feel like we needed to be connected. And again, we love Ciara. This is not a knock on her. This is just our question for this evening. Y'all know we get on here and this is our safe space to talk about anything dealing with relationships. So marriages, whatever. So we're just talking about, as a married person, do you carry yourself differently once you hit that threshold? Like, once you, like, even in the courting phase, I feel like in the dating phase, if you know you're getting serious, if you know you want to be taken seriously, ladies, and I can only talk to the ladies because that's what I am. Like, I feel like we should carry ourselves in a way that we want the men to take us. So if you're dressing half naked all the time, showing all the skin in the world, leaving nothing to the imagination, guys, and you feel like guys treat you like a piece of meat, they are probably doing that because that's all they see. All they see is the meat. So they gonna treat you like what they see. You know, if you show them less and show them more of you, more of your personality, I feel like the respect comes in more. And this is not to say that Russell doesn't respect Ciara. Like,
not at all.
Not at all.
He just said that he embraces her sexiness.
Right.
Know?
And so this is just to say, like, you know, you can't be mad in this case when people do criticize, because it's all about what you are putting out there at this point.
Absolutely.
So if, say for instance, y'all know the way we carry ourselves on here, y'all know what we talk about, y'all know how, just how we converse every single week with y'all. So say I get on here one night for the nightcap and I'm in a nightie, just sitting here in a nightie, shorts on, chest out, and we trying to sit here and talk to y'all about having a good marriage and building a relationship with your partner. Well, most of the guys that come on here is going to be focused on one thing. Right?
I'm going to help them unfocus.
And let's say he up here with his shirt off and he didn't put the baby oil on, whatever the case is. And this is being real dramatic, y'all. But he didn't put the baby oil on. Ladies gonna be on here focused on one baby thing. Oil. Right. They like when it's oiled up or whatever. This is, that's how they do it in showbiz. So we talk about that. So, right. It's about the image that you're trying to portray. And I agree 100%. When you're called out to walk differently, to live a different lifestyle than the people out in the world, you have to carry yourself differently. Absolutely. You can't be out here showing strictly, y'all know when I said baby, I was just trying to be real dramatic so y'all get the picture. Hey, Cammie, welcome on. So, yeah, it looks like a lot of the people on here are saying you should definitely carry yourself differently. Like, if you're married, out of respect for your spouse.
That's all. That's my biggest thing. It's a respect thing.
If you can't even respect yourself, because it should be the self-respect first, right? Like, I should respect myself enough not to be getting half naked walking out in public, because I know that men are visual. Ladies, we know men are visual. So why are we gonna walk out in public half naked if we don't want men to see us half naked? Like, if you don't want them to comment on your chest, your butt, everything that they see when you're half naked, cover it up a little bit. That's all.
True.
It's all. You should respect yourself enough to be covered in, and it's not saying we gotta be nuns.
Yeah, that's what I said. You don't gotta be a nun out here. It's okay to embrace the sexy.
Right, because I like wearing crop tops.
You gotta keep it classy.
And all of that. But at the same time, let's, like he said, let's keep it classy, ladies. So yeah. I don't even know what an equivalent to a guy is. That's why I said the shirt off with the baby oil. I don't know what's an equivalent to guys
I can be up here in a white tank top, you know what I'm saying? Tat showing, everything, my chest out, Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, without the baby oil. I ain't just lie here just lathering up in baby oil. That's for special occasions. That's not an everyday move.
Right. So yeah. Dresses, I'm taking you home to meet my mother. Okay, that's a good point. Dress like I'm taking you home to meet my mother. So would you wear this to meet my mom? And some ladies is like, yeah, because I'm about that life. But
what?
Some women will say, this is how I'm dressing. If you say dress like I'm taking you to see my mother, they think that that's what it is.
Sure.
Because they're like, oh no, parents like me anyway, no matter what I have on. No, it's about respect.
Yeah.
So I like that. Hey, fans.
Yeah, that's definitely
good to see you on.
That's definitely true.
I'm not married to my partner yet, but we both know what we have to do to keep the eyes awake. Exactly.
Do. And again, we don't know what Russell said. We don't know if Russell agreed for her to wear that. If he okayed it. Like I said, just a couple pictures.
What's the topic?
A couple pictures that I saw of him. He was just he wasn't really as cheerful in those pics. That smile wasn't really smiling like I've normally seen him in pictures with her. So
the smile wasn't smiling.
Yeah, it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do.
So fans, we're talking about as a married person, should you carry yourself differently? And we're looking at what Ciara wore to the Oscars. And this is the last time I'm showing this, y'all, because I don't want to get kicked off because we keep showing this.
Yeah,
and
I feel like we promoting soft porn a little bit.
Right. I'm like, I don't know what we promoting. All right, this is the last time, y'all. So this is what she wore last time for those just getting on. If you get on after this, you late. All right. We love you, though. So this is what we're talking about. So this is what she wore to the Oscars. And we're saying, as a married woman who has kids, who, promotes being a woman of God, a man of God, Christian couple, should you carry yourself differently, or is this okay to wear outside? Does this leave anything to the imagination? Like, are you showing too much?
Is
it your husband's goods all out? Your goods all out? Like, what's you guys' opinion on that? So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, see, life is not okay. That's a little, exactly. You know, I feel like she could have wore something totally different to show and embrace her curves and her sexiness. Like the lady said, her body is amazing. But it's, oh, wait a minute, calm down.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, her body is amazing. It's Ciara.
My body's amazing.
Right, but babe, that's not even.
It's okay. But anyway, like I was saying,
I'm not even into women. I'm just saying, like, her body is amazing. Like, if I had to reshape my body, I would chisel a little.
I know what
off.
you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? And
you don't have to. First of all, you don't have to chisel anything off. Keep what?
Y'all know we be doing the most on.
You don't have to. You don't have to chisel anything off. But yeah.
I know you like me how I am.
But yeah, so I feel like she could have dressed it up a little bit differently.
And y'all, she posted that on her Instagram. So I didn't even pull this from another page because I had to look twice. I'm like, we didn't see this reel until now. She posted that. Now this might be promotion for her new song that's coming out. I don't know.
Nah, that whole theme that night was like, it was something about being sheer because there was a lot of other artists that were there for that. It was like an after party or something.
Yeah, but
it was all about stuff being sheer
here. Like, okay, y'all, I'm just seeing this too. And I feel like we all up on Ciara's page, like showing y'all the most. But I'm just seeing this too. This is sheer, right? That's sheer, but
and that's from that weekend.
It has a little more of a jacket on it, but that was sheer. I feel like this one, that one without the,
Yeah, it's not just, it's still
Never mind.
It's along the same lines.
Never mind.
All that bodysuit, see-through stuff, no matter how you try to dress it up, once that jacket comes off, the boobs is out. You see everything. Right. You see what type of underwear she has on. Just like Strictly said, that body belongs to Russell Williams' eyes only. Exactly. That's what I said. I feel like what she had on, she let the whole entire world know what she working with. Like, it was nothing left to chance, nothing left for imagination.
Someone said maybe she needs more money. Like, maybe this is an attention grabber.
It could be. And somebody else commented that, too, on a post that she made or something. I think it was on the Shade Room or something. And somebody said, like, it may be a cry for help or she may be seeking attention. And I'm like, from what? Like, she has been, over the past, I would say, few months, like going to last year, she did started to change a little bit in the way that she was carrying herself. Because when her and Russell first got together, it was all like, she was all wholesome with it. She was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can see them taking pictures where they were both praying together on their knees, you know what I'm saying? Worshiping together, things like that. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just like something changed. And then they just posted a video where Russell was at a prison, talking to the inmates and stuff like that. And he brung an inmate up and he was singing. And the dude could really, really sing. I think Russell got like a prison ministry or something like that. And next to the video of Russell and the inmate singing, worshiping God, you have the picture of Russell and Ciara at the Oscars event. So it looks like, okay, you got this man of God, he in the prison talking about God, got the inmates in here singing about God, X, Y, and Z. Then now you have him and his wife, and look how his wife is carrying herself. You have to think about that too. Because as a married couple, it's not just about me. It's not just about her. The way I carry myself out here in these streets is a direct representation of the both of us, not just me. So I have to watch and be mindful about what I do in the streets, what I say in the streets, because everything is a representation of us. So if I'm out here talking one way and then my wife is carrying herself or being one way, how does that look? How can I tell somebody about something and my wife is out here doing the opposite?
Yeah. I'm just reading some of y'all comments, and Four Corners said her husband was fine with it.
How do we know that, though? We don't know.
Said, he also said, so who cares what others think? I mean, we said that at the beginning. It's their household.
Yeah, it is. Whatever.
If he like it, okay, cool. Like we're not Sierra is not the topic of discussion. She is the example of this discussion. The topic of discussion is, do you feel like once you're married you should carry yourself differently? This is not about how she looked in the outfit, if she looked bad or good. It's about once you're married and you put out a certain picture to the public, because like my husband was saying, this is what they're portraying to the public. This is the lifestyle that they put out there. You know, when does the walk need to change? Because, you know, it's not, you can't really say in one hand, well, oh, we're serving God, we're out here doing X, Y, and Z, but on the second half, you're naked. Like, and I'm not saying, I'm trying to be careful of how I say it, because I'm not saying that Christians have none outfits on. Not at all. I'm not even saying you can't wear something that is sexy to your partner, that's classy, whatever. I'm saying, when does the walk change? Because men are visual creatures. So as soon as she stepped in the Oscars, every single eye was on her, imagining her, how she looked without that dress on. What's up under the things that's covering this right here? Like, that's the point. When does it become disrespectful to yourself and your partner if you are not clothed? Like, you're not. Like, there's nothing left to the imagination. So that's the question, y'all. That is the true question.
And again, they're celebrities. Whatever works for them in their household, that works for them.
Okay, so Four Corners says
these are just our personal thoughts.
Right. He says he understands, and those people have pretty much sold their souls, and that's it. But I'm not saying, because, you know, people can speak God out of one mouth and not be living it. Like, we know that. But that's where we're coming from. Like, if this is the lifestyle that you're living and portraying, like, should there be a way that you carry yourself? That's all that we're asking. Like, when does it get disrespectful? Because I know the point of disrespect without asking him. That's common sense to me. Like, I know what I should. I'm not going to say can and can't wear, because we can do what we want. We're adults. But I know what's respectful and what's not respectful. I know what line I'm going to cross or not going to cross. Like, I know what's worth the argument and what's not worth the argument. So, you know, yeah. We trying to read y'all comments as we go. This is a good topic.
It looks like a yes, man. It's crazy, man, because I felt like that, like, for a while
that
with them. That
Russell's a yes man?
Not that he's a yes man, but he's not really, like, in full control. You know what I'm saying? And that, again, these are just my personal opinions. These are not facts. I'm just based off of what I see from them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've always felt. Because of the type of person that Russell is and the type of person that Sierra is. And not saying that they don't work. Opposites can attract, all of that stuff. Like, I get that. But you can kind of see sometimes, like, even when he's in videos where she's dancing or certain stuff, like, he looks kind of awkward almost in that moment. Like, he's not comfortable. Like, yeah, he's doing it and having fun, but it's like, he don't belong. Like, that's not you.
So and I feel like one is called out and not the other. Like, maybe one, because you can have, like, you can be, and I don't, like, we don't know their relationship.
Right,
but
exactly.
You can be spiritually unequally yoked. Like, you can have one person that's more in tune, more spiritually in tune with God, that has reached that point where they have those morals and character, and another person who's still growing to that level. Like, you can have that. And we're not by any means putting none of this on them. We're just trying to have the discussion of what it could be, you know, and even not with them, like, in situations in marriages, that can be the case where, you know, you might be the more mature person, but your partner is still growing, or vice versa. Your partner might be more mature and you're still growing. And even in areas outside of dress, you know, that's the case. It could be financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. So, you know, this even goes outside of dress with that. So maybe that's the case for them.
I don't know. Could be.
I don't know.
Could be.
Or like if you're just focused on your career and you about making that money because the household needs that money, you gonna put that dress on because that's what's gonna bring the check in the house. I guess. I'm just trying to.
This man Russell making millions. This man Russell's making millions.
I'm trying to make the math.
They're not hurting that bad. Well, you got to go in here and put some see-through outfit on for a check to pay some bills. Like this man got money. Right. She got money from her music career. Yes, you know what I'm saying?
Man, a guy who should be the head. He should be the head of marriage. He should be leading. But if he's okay with it. Because mind you, he hasn't said nothing. These are all assumptions.
Right. Again, like I said, these assumptions, these are just personal opinions and views. These are not facts here. We just speculating based off what we see.
If you like it, we love it.
Yeah,
if
that's all
what's
cool
helping
with
your
him.
Marriage, and you couldn't wait to you love seeing the guys look at her, and you couldn't wait to get her home that night so you could tear it up, and then
again, and that's your house. But we asking y'all, how do y'all feel? Like when does that line need to be drawn? Where does it stop at? When should you start carrying yourself differently, or should you even carry yourself differently once you get engaged or married?
Yeah, Tina, I agree with you. She said that is the wrong attention to be bringing to their brand. I agree.
Yeah.
And Four Corners, she said, ain't no way my wife coming out the house.
Exactly, bro. I'm not playing that. Man, what?
And he had to see her come out the house. If I walk down the stairs with something like that on, he gonna be like, oh, this is role play tonight because I know you ain't going outside. Like, it would be something like that. Like, we about to do something because I know you're not wearing that outside.
Exactly. And, like, it were other artists that were there that were branded in that sheer stuff. And none of them were, like, as shit that I saw. Y'all may have seen some other pictures, but any of the other artists that I saw from that night that were wearing the sheer outfits and all the see-through stuff, none of them were, like, as see-through as she were. Mm-hmm. Like, she was out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's one of the pictures that I saw, like I said, where they were hugging. Russell wasn't really giving that Russell Wilson that golden boy smile. Yeah, he wasn't giving that smile like he normally does. So right. I'm just like.
Don said, I'm the old one in the household, but she has got her own stuff together better than I do sometimes. And sometimes
it be like that. It definitely be like that sometimes, bro. Like, for real. Like, it be like that. My wife has certain areas of our marriage and life, you know what I'm saying, on lock better than I do. And that's where, as a man, you have to check that ego and pride and listen to your wife. And, you know what I'm saying, let her help direct you in where you're trying to go at or where you need to go.
Right.
So.
And it's about directing, like, not nagging, ladies. We talked about that before. Like, directing is directing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to help your husband, then you going to help him. Same with the men. Like, if you're going to help. Like, know how to talk to your spouse so that they feel like you still love them. But this is a caring conversation. Like, I'm not talking down to you. I'm not trying to get on you. But I'm trying to help you fix this because I love you. And because we're walking this thing out called life together. So, I just wanted to throw that in there because some people get on there like, you need to get your together because I'm not dealing with this and you a little kid. Like, no.
And that can be tough to deal with because you may come from a space where you've been talked to like that as a man. And sometimes men, like I said, you got to check that pride and ego. And sometimes for men, anytime a woman comes at you with any type of direction or anything like that, it can come off automatically as they're nagging or trying to tell me what to do or trying to little boy me and all kind of stuff like that. I'm a grown ass man. And of course, that's how men think. And sometimes as soon as a woman open their mouth and go to that area, a man's mind goes straight to that area too. So as men, you got to kind of take a step back, take a seat and just listen and hear what your wife is saying or what your partner is saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, Essence. She said, I check myself before I leave the house. Listen, we have to. We have to check ourselves before we leave the house. That's what it's all about. Strictly, at the end of the day, put some clothes on. At the end of the day, we shouldn't know what your spouse know about you. Like when Adam put Adam and Eve in the garden, they became one. Their marriage, they were naked. They knew each other. Like when you see new in the Bible, y'all know what new mean. It mean new like when you and your spouse go to bed at night. Like they knew each other. Hence how they had children. They knew each other because they were naked. So I shouldn't know you like your spouse know you because of how you walked out the house. At the end of the day, that's all we saying. Like if their household likes it, cool. But if I see it, I'm not staring at that. Like when I see guys walking around half naked, shirt like hoochie daddy shorts, whatever they call them, like I'm not sitting there staring at them because what are you trying to accomplish? Like, first of all, I'm already married, but if I wasn't married, I'm not trying to get you because you out here half naked. You want everybody to get you.
Right.
You want to get got by everybody. And I'm not trying to get nothing that everybody got.
True.
So
True that.
At the end of the day, we just saying,
and that's
put some clothes on.
And that goes back to what you were saying about women. You know, if you dressing a certain way, and I used to see that, like women would dress half naked and men would comment, or they would make posts about men always in my DM and they always doing that. Look at what you're presenting. Look at what you're showing. Yeah. You're gonna get that. If that's what you're dressing like, if that's what you're always putting out, that's what you're gonna get. No man is gonna take a woman seriously out here other than just wanting to sleep with them if that's what you're putting out there or that's the vibe that you're giving. So strictly say you don't stare at them, sister.
No, I look the other way. I'm not even sending my friends to them strictly. Because what you out here trying to get something, and we ain't trying to get what you got. So, yeah.
It's a level of respect that I want to maintain for my marriage. And as you should.
I agree.
Definitely should.
We have to respect each other and we talk about everything. Like you have to talk about everything. I agree, Don. Like we talk about everything. Literally every single thing. Everything. I know he gets tired of it sometimes because sometimes it's TMI. But if I'm not telling you everything, that means I'm out here telling somebody else everything. And I don't need to be telling nobody else everything except my partner, because that's how you open up doors for people to come into your marriage and, give you a shoulder to lean on and cry on. I don't need a shoulder to cry on. I got one right here. So I don't need your shoulder. So you have to talk about everything with your partner. That's how marriages work. Like that's how they last. You have to build that.
Best friends.
Right. We put up a post and it was just like, the foundation of a good marriage, one, is to have that good foundation of a friendship first. Like I've been married before. I was married to a person that I wasn't friends with. Like we weren't friends. We were business partners. I didn't have to never worry about money. The bills was paid. We took care of the kids. We had schedules. But we were business partners. Like if you asked us like what we did or did we hang out, did we go have fun? No, we didn't because we weren't friends. Like I couldn't even tell you the first thing about what he liked to do, or he probably couldn't tell you the first thing about what I like to do, because all we did was live a strictly life. Like we went to church, came home, took care of the kids, paid bills, and that was it. So you want to have a foundation of a friend and your spouse, because when the kids are gone, guess what? Them kids are gonna leave. When the kids are gone, you have to be able to know, like, can I even stand this person? Do I like this person? Who is this person? Like, who am I married to? You have to know the answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I've been married 3 times and I don't have any reason for our relationship to be another. Right. Listen, this is my 3rd marriage, and I say that, and I'm not ashamed of it because I've been through what I've been through. The other 2 were abusive, and I decided to try to stick that out and stay in it. But once I got to a healthy place in myself and decided that I actually wanted to see what a healthy marriage looks like and gave him a chance to show me what a good man and a good marriage could look like, I've never been happier in my life. Do we have our ups and downs? Do we get into it? Yes. But at the end of the day, we don't raise our voice at each other. We don't call each other out of our names. When we disagree, it's not disrespectfully. We know how to talk to each other. If we disagree, it's a conversation. It's not I can't stand Joe because you don't have yo together and you ain't never do this, you never do that. It's none of that. Like, we don't say you never do this. It's in this moment, I feel like you're making me feel like this, or I feel like this. It's not, because when you start using you don't never do this, or you always do this, you know, you're generalizing every single thing that person does when you're talking about one scenario.
Yeah, well, that's one thing, man. When you talking or dealing with something with your spouse, you never want to use that word never or you always. Try to stay away from them phrases if possible. Because when you say like you never or you always, it's like, well, dang, if I'm always doing, why you don't say nothing before? Why you wait till you're at this boiling point. Right. Now you want to bring this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So why can't men just have respect like their mothers should have taught them? I mean, you know, not all men are created equal. Some men, you know, are just the way they are. And, you know, that's just, I'm sorry. That's just some men, man. Some men are just like that. Not everybody's cut the same.
It's not strictly saying I try to avoid as many conversations as I can. Strictly.
I think she don't probably mean like, she probably try to avoid.
It's strictly the guy.
I think he try to avoid like regular.
Not you trying to avoid conversation.
I think he trying to avoid like the confrontational type conversation.
That's what I'm talking
But then
about.
again, he did make a comment and say he married to a family therapist. So she probably every time they talk, it's probably going like that.
Therapy session.
So
I forgot your wife is a family therapist. So
wow.
Yeah, y'all be having therapy sessions when y'all talk. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Kirk Ingram. Hey man, thank you for that love, Kirk. We try.
Why can't men just respect? Listen, fans. A man will treat you how you allow them to treat you. You know, and I know you've been married for a long time, but this is just for any woman on here or just in general. Like, men treat you how you allow them to treat you. So if you allow a man to talk to you any kind of way, that's how he's going to talk to you. And this is not saying, because a lot of women talk to men any kind of way. And that's the problem. That's one of the problems. Like, women feel like they can get away with talking to a man like that, but when a man snaps back, he's wrong. So for me, I always keep it respectful. Like, if I'm addressing him like he's the man of our house, number one, he's my husband that I'm doing life with, number two, and number three, I respect him. So I'm never going to come at him in a disrespectful way. So it's always going to be, I talk to him like that. And guess what? He talks to me in return the way that I approach him. You know, you can catch more bees with honey, right, than you can with whatever the other analogy is. Right. Other than honey. But that just means the softer your speech is, the more palatable the words you're saying. You can bring somebody in to what you're saying like that than you can if you coming at them hard and harsh and cussing them out.
She said, so my outfit should have said, treat me like this. It's how I carry myself.
Exactly.
And that's true. But again, if you're putting yourself out there publicly on public platforms, social media and stuff like that, you're going to attract more than just the respectable men.
Right.
You're going to get those ones who out there who don't care about nothing. They just see a fine woman dressed like this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
How she, you know what I'm saying, doing or whatever. That's how they going to respond to that.
And we're not saying you can't wear something sexy or, you know, whatever. We're saying if you go outside,
y'all know the IG models,
in a bra and panties, and that's how you walk around the whole day. If guys are whistling at you, you know, saying comments and all that stuff, like, can we really get upset if we outside in a bra and panties versus if we had on a cute crop top and maybe some shorts? Because
you will get a respectable man that may approach you and say something, but like I said,
he might tell you to put some clothes on.
There you go. You may get that respectable man that's going to come to you based off of how you carrying yourself. So, you know, but being out there, putting it out there like that, you're gonna have to decipher who is who,
right?
Because you're gonna attract so much attention based off of what you're wearing, and that's just the nature of the beast nowadays. Because there are so many influencers, there's so many chicks on IG models that's doing that and promoting and pushing that. That's all you see. So if that's all you see, and then you turn around and you dress like that, that's what you're
Right.
gonna get.
I got you, fans. She said not your spouse. She's talking about the men outside. Honey, we
Oh
can't
yeah,
control
absolutely.
the men outside of our house.
Yeah,
Like,
you
can't
gonna get that.
you
The
can't
men gonna
control
come.
how men will approach you and talk to you. The only thing I like the saying, like, you can't control what people call you, but you can control what you answer to.
There you go.
So if somebody from the outside of this household calls me something or tries to get my attention and is disrespectful, I will not answer. I will not acknowledge. And you can call me stuck up, whatever the case is, but unless it's my name, which is Christina, or something respectful, why am I giving you my attention? So I agree with you on that. Like, we can't control the men outside the household. I don't know why it's like that. And not all men are like that. You know, you have some very respectful men out here who, who approach women respectfully. But I also believe that a lot of people have been through things in their life which cause them to act out like that. So if somebody is coming at you the wrong way, it could be because they've been through some trauma that they haven't healed from. And that's the only way they know to talk to people. And it's not saying it's right, but they gon' find the right person that's gonna help them to move on, whether it's, in a good way or, a not so good way. But
Right.
people learn. They learn. So all you can do is all you can do, fans.
That's it. That's it.
At
You
the
can
end of the
only
day.
you have the opportunity to control the attention that you get, or that's warranted, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all on you.
Right. And I agree. She said if we promote giving men a pass, just because it will never change. You're absolutely right. I'm saying in women, you can't wear that in public. Strictly is going to tell the women, put some clothes on. Because that's what he
Attaching
said
the
at the
wrong
end of the day,
attention,
put
bring
some
the
clothes
wrong-
on.
Attaching the wrong attention, bring the wrong attention to the family. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what I was saying. It's just all about how you dress and how you carry yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, like I said, with it nowadays, how it's so fluent. Like, you can just scroll through and just see any and everything
Yeah.
on social media. And if you know that's like the thing that's right now, like, I would never let my wife even step out somewhere like that, so anybody would even confuse that's the type of woman that she is, or what she's trying to do, or what she's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
That's not what we doing around here.
I kind of want to hear from the single people on here. I don't know if we have any singles on, but if you're single, what are your thoughts? Because you're not married, you're not engaged yet, you're not married yet. What are your thoughts on leaving the house? Do you feel like
You can wear
whatever you want? Do you go out half naked? I don't want to say it in a disrespectful way, because that's not what we mean by that. But do you more so cover yourself when you go out? When you go out to wherever you're going to meet people? Like, how do you dress? How do you feel like you dress in those instances? Is it classy but cute? Is it covered and classy? Like, is it uncovered? Let us know. I want to hear from some of those singles.
I just want your daughter to dress like that. I mean, and the crazy thing is with that, Strictly, with some people, they probably would, because I've seen so many, and I'm not going to call them young parents or young mothers,
Right.
but I've seen so many people in this generation that have kids, and they're on the same level as their daughters. Like, they dress the same, dance the same, all kind of things. So a lot of, I can't even say a lot of women, I've seen some instances where the mother and daughter were on like a best friend, this my homegirl type level, and not a mother and daughter. Mm-hmm. So some mothers
And they
would
even have
love
the
to
matching outfit.
have matching, exactly. So some mothers would love and promote, seeing their daughter in
I've
something
seen
like
little
that.
girls half naked, like
So
dressed
it's-
like their
it's-
mom,
yeah.
like have the little, and it's not a gym situation either. Have little halter bra on with the little mini skirt. Like, I've seen little girls dressed like that in the little high boots with the purse, and it to me it's like you're raising your child to grow up to dress like that. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying, with dressing your child like that if that's what works for your house. But as for us, I want to dress my child in a way where she's going to be respected when she goes to school. I don't want
Age
little boys
appropriate.
coming up to my daughter, lifting her skirt up, grabbing her butt, like calling her all types of things, because I'll be up at the school, y'all. Like, I will have to be up at the school in that case. So it's all about your household. Like, we didn't get on here to start the conversation like saying that Sierra's in the wrong or right. We're asking, you know, if you're married, should you carry yourself different? Like, how would you want your children to carry themselves? Does it even matter to you? Do you even care? Because I've seen people, like we said, have their children dressed up like that, and they think that's totally fine.
And if that works for y'all or them, that works.
Right.
know?
But as for Kayla and Skylar up in this household,
Absolutely.
I
They're
wish
gonna
I
be-
would see them in something
They're
like
going
that.
to be age appropriate. And it's not even trying to have restraint on your kids and not letting them be kids. That's what we're doing. We're letting them be kids. We're giving them something to look for. Now, when they get older,
Thank you.
when they become adults, they get out the house and they want to dress how they want to dress. We can't stop that because they're fully grown. We can say, baby girl, you think you want to wear that? Is all that. We can say whatever we want. At the
thank you,
end of the day,
fans.
we appreciate that. They're gonna say whatever. They're gonna wear whatever they want at the end of the day.
Right.
But long as they're up under this roof and they're in this house, they're gonna dress age appropriately. Cause she made a comment about she don't want them going to school and little boys, you know, doing certain things. It's not even about the little boys. The world that we're living in nowadays is so many weirdos out here. Sex trafficking is crazy. Like
it's high
real.
in Atlanta, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna put a big bullseye on my girl's back and send them out the door to the wolves. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's in my mind. That's what it's all about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just allow my kids to wear any and everything. Same thing, you know, with my wife. Well, she already knows she wears whatever she wants, but it's all about being respectful. You know what I'm saying? And representing the household in the way that you should.
Right. Cover them up, protect them. Like little kids cannot protect themselves. That's my thing.
Exactly.
So however you dress your child and send them out in public, like, they can't protect themselves. That's why I always tell the girls, like, and Ryan, even though he's a teenager, like, we talk about everything, because I am that parent that will be up at the school, because my kids, they're not old enough to protect themselves. That's why we're their parents. That's our job, to protect them, to make sure that they're good. So, you know, that's why I married him, y'all, because he is full of that knowledge. Like, you know, and I'm proud to say he's my husband, because he has a good head on his shoulders, and, you know, everybody don't think like that. But I'm glad he do, because we're raising 3 kids, and I have to have somebody over this household that is equally yoked with me and thinks the same way that I do, so that we can raise our kids appropriately together.
Absolutely.
So like we said, whatever works for your house, that's cool. But over here, we don't want to accord with ours.
Absolutely.
We
man.
appreciate the love, y'all. Thank y'all for the
real.
gifts, for helping us reach our goals, like for the likes, for all the comments and love. This was a good topic tonight.